Randi Hipper. I'm a Bitcoin bestie.
Just waking up from a nice dream. Bitcoin pumping on a live stream. Smile shine brighter than a high beam. Ever seen live trading on a widescreen? Bitcoin showing you the steps to own it. We got the alpha, I bet you want it. I'm having fun, send a lecture on it. Randy, put a little extra on it.
It's mutable and decentralized, no censorship or hard cap supply. It's open source and we classify the blockchain secure, and that's exactly why. It's hard money with a new plan. It bounced a lot like this new jam. If Bitcoin dipped, then we ain't gon' trip. I'ma be bullish on you, fam.
I'm a Bitcoin bestie. You gotta love it. 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 I'm a Bitcoin bestie. You gotta love it.
Good morning and welcome back to the Daily Zest. I'm your host, Randi Hipper, here today on a lovely. Oh wait, it's Tuesday. If you guys are having tacos, let me know. I hope you guys are doing well. Again, we're trying to stay positive out here. We are positive individuals. Sorry for that little beep there. I don't know if you guys heard that. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the show. We have a lot going on today. And oh boy, there's tea. There's a lot of tea. And we're going to break it down. We have the ECB and their whole stablecoin propaganda that they're putting out. We also have the Japanese prime minister saying some stuff. We have the US judges dismissing some stuff related to Uniswap, which I thought was very interesting. We also have been questioning where is the CBDC Anti-Surveillance State Act, which would outlaw CBDCs in the United States, meaning the Federal Reserve can never issue a digital dollar directly to us individuals. Where is that landing now? And that's something I really wanted to chat about. We also have prediction markets that are getting absolutely attacked. And of course, we have coins to watch. So if you guys are ready for the Zest the News, the education special, like, subscribe, share this out with friends so more people know what's going on here. We have a goal of 150 likes, 150 live viewers, and a subscriber goal of 25,150. Let's do it. 9 more. Thank you guys for being here again. If you are on anything that is not YouTube, please go to youtube.com/missteencrypto. It is a much better experience for you. We're going to get into it. I want to say good morning to you guys as you say good morning to me. And check out our 3 amazing sponsors of the show, including Cake Wallet, Market Cipher. Use code ZESTY for 15% off. And then go up with Uphold, and we're going to get after it. All right, let's do it. Ooh, I almost pressed the button I wasn't supposed to press. Good morning, everybody. We have Silver Days. We have Mama Shadow. We have Mike Volmer. Good morning. Backup sec. I'm ready for the Zest. I love that. Noodle is in chat. It's been a minute, Noodle. Sus activity. We have Flat Earth. Good morning. Bobby F is here. Treehouse Pancakes. I freaking love that. I love that. That sounds fantastic. Aquarian, good morning. We have One House as well. So we have Treehouse and One House. That is so freaking funny. Peace is here. Joe Harvey, Rob C, Loco. Nice to see you. Who else we got? Mike Mazzone is on X. We got Yukio, Ray K, good morning. Welcome, Loco, Ian F. Good morning, everyone. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my spot. Frenchie, good morning. Mr. NC, good morning. Who else we got in the chat? Kevin Law. Hello, Kevin Law. Who else? Who else is here? I think holy wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. There is a very ratchet comment on Kick. We're going to block this person real quick. Thank you. Block this user. Yes. All right. There we go. Noodle says, I've been so busy. Have you, Noodle? Have you? Yeah. As Ian said, completely unacceptable. Completely. Dogecoin said he's listening as he's driving. Please do not text and drive. Thank you guys. Please be safe if you're listening to the show on the road. I am actually like honored to be part of people's morning, and I'm happy that you're part of my morning. And so with that, we're gonna get into the market recap. I don't want to waste any time today. Your girls got stuff that is going on, right, Jesse? We have stuff. Okay, let's do this. Let's do it. We have so many things happening. All right. Guys, we have the market recap here. We're seeing a lot of red today. The biggest gainer that I could see here is XDC. Sorry, I had to move it over here, up 5.6%. Bitcoin is still trying to knock on that door of 68, 69K. And we briefly tapped it yesterday, and it just seems like it's just a wall we cannot get through. Again, what is the main crucial level? 67.7. And where are we now? $66,700, just about. We're down 3%. We're looking at that wick low down at 60K. I don't know why. It's just something about my brain says keep looking at 60K flat. So we'll see. I think a lot of people are saying that this WAR is priced in. I mean, that's not something we have a crystal ball to guarantee, but it seems as though we see a lot of chaos might be priced in. We do have a green dot printed pulling up that momentum, and we do have the money flow that is pulling back to lows we haven't seen since the end of December going into the new year. We also have the VWAP that is pulling back right now. The RSI is definitely something to take note of, as we are a little bit wishy-washy, as they would say, where we had a really nice pump yesterday, maybe nearing that neutral, but we are pulling back ever so slightly. But I do like, a slow burn. Sometimes a slow burn is good in many different ways, but it seems like we're building some sort of an uptrend here. Again, I hope that's the case. But we don't want to break below this. But we'll see. I want to see a nice, consistent build. We're not looking for major pumps. We're looking for slow and consistent. Haven said, "Oh, Randy, you're great. When we care about crypto news again, you're going to be the most popular on the internet," he says. People actually care about crypto news. I think that people somewhat care about crypto news right now. And this is something I've been battling with, is what's happening. How do we get people back into crypto? And I think it's just, you got to keep calm. You got to hodl on. You got to bear through the lows, which we're seeing right now. You can see the sentiment is, we are struggling out here with sentiment. But at the same time, we are a collective family that knows what is happening and where it's happening, which is crypto, and that the revolution is here and it's not even close to over, and we're just beginning. So guys, again, please smash the like and share. Actually, don't smash the like yet. Don't smash the like yet. Wait to smash the like. Everyone, unlike if you have yet. Unlike, and we're gonna re-like in a moment. But yeah, we just need to keep going, guys. Please keep going. Do not give up on Bitcoin. So unlike the stream, do not like it yet. We are gonna go into our first breaking news headline, and then we're gonna do a like blitz. We're gonna all likey at the same time. Okay, let's do it. Breaking news headlines starting now. We do have Core Scientific maybe pivoting into Bitcoin or AI. What is happening? What is happening? See, this is what we have the battle of right now, especially with Bitcoin miners. I would love to see some Bitcoin miner emojis in the chat. We do have a lot of Bitcoin miners that are shutting off their miners, again, because we're seeing a miner capitulation, literally a miner, like Bitcoin miner capitulation, where the amount that they're paying to power their miners or their computers or paying for their energy, they're not getting those returns or even breaking even with the Bitcoin they're getting rewarded with. So they are like, you know what? Let's turn it off. But some people, instead of turning off their miners, they're pivoting and using their computing power for AI. And so Core Scientific is seeming to actually pivot from Bitcoin to AI. And this is something that scares me a little bit, I have to say. I really don't enjoy this. But Core Scientific, a Bitcoin mining and digital infrastructure company, just sold over 1,900 Bitcoin in January for approximately $175 million. According to their earnings call, the sale implies an average price of around 92.1K per Bitcoin, which is about 37% higher than the current rates at about 67K, as it accelerates a shift toward an AI-focused data center operation. Really had that Brooklyn accent come out just there, the daters. CFO Jim said on the Q4 call that the company he said, we also opportunistically sold just over 1,900 Bitcoin for approximately $175 million at the time. He said, we hold over or under 1,000 Bitcoin and expect to remain opportunistic going forward. As of New Year's Eve, they held about 2,500 Bitcoin, with the latest sale bringing their tally to about 630 Bitcoin. It's pretty interesting that they're selling. I mean, did they sell at maybe a better time? Sure. But to pivot into AI instead of holding and waiting, it's very interesting to see what happens next. Crypto Surfer, a member for 29 months, said, GM, we are still here. Let's get after it. Thank you guys for the sentiment. And we're going to all like the stream right now at the same time. If you have not yet, please go to YouTube and help your girl out. Everyone, if you are on YouTube, smash the like in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Pump it up. Crazy guys. Please smash the like and put some heart emojis in the chat, please. We need some love. I feel like I need some extra love today. You know, sometimes I'm like, I need a little extra love. And I feel like today's like one of those days, you know? Rosen said, hi, hello everybody everywhere. Thank you for joining the show. My name is Randi and I hang out with you every day for the past, like, I don't even know, like 3.5 years, talking about Bitcoin and crypto news on the dailies. And all I want in return is your love. And maybe a little like button smash. Other than that, I don't really need anything from you. I just want your love. And so let's continue to get after it. We're going to go internationally for a moment. I really wanted to cover Bitcoin miners first. That was just really pressing on my heart. I really don't want you guys to turn off your miners. Don't turn it off. Don't turn them off. We have stable coins. And of course, the same sentiment holds within Europe and the European Central Bank, the ECB, as well as the United States. Again, Bank of America CEO Brian Moynihan, he was having a little conniption. He was upset. He was like, oh no, stablecoins are going to pose such a risk to the system because everyone's going to take out all of their bank deposits and put it into stablecoins and then maybe actually earn a yield on their money and outpace inflation. Whoa. And the problem is like you put your money in the bank, it's an IOU, they take your money, they put it elsewhere and loan it out, and it's just not real. It's a fake system. And the ECB knows this. Christine Lagarde, the president of the ECB, she knows this at the bottom of her heart. And she's saying, and not her particularly, but kind of, it's the whole collective ECB, the European Central Bank, again, European Central Bank, ECB. They're saying that stablecoins can weaken bank lending as well as monetary policy. And you know what? I don't care, because you know what? Let's like exit the system and have something that works better for us. And stablecoins work better for everybody. And even the thing is in the Euro area, they want to have a digital Euro stablecoin. The UK, they want a digital pound stablecoin. And at the end of the day, it's just a lie. It really is a lie. I would love to see a digital Euro and a digital pound stablecoin, not a central bank digital currency, but we already know through their own government websites that the UK already has a digital pound. They know how it's going to work out. The digital euro, they say, oh my gosh, the CBDC is just totally in preparations right now. We have no idea. We're just experimenting. That's also a blatant lie. So just to say that like they're gonna have there might be stable coins in the EU, there might be stable coins in the UK. I just don't believe it to go that far. And it seems as though they're scared. They're telling you they're scared. So the headlines try to confuse you. Oh yeah, we're gonna have stable coins, but CBDCs, stable coins, but CBDCs. It's just all something to confuse you, but they're going in the same direction. Now, the ECB said increasing stablecoin usage may pull money out of bank deposits and weaken the way monetary policy flows through to lending. And this is the thing. And we could go back to that video from 2023 of Christine Lagarde, the president of the ECB, where she said, oh, you know what? We're the anchor. The central banks are the anchor to the monetary system. Like without us, basically you're going to go to zero and you're all going to capitulate. But does that really prove to be true when literally they said stable coins are posing the way that monetary policy is going to flow and lending? It's obvious that their system is so fragile, it's going to collapse with the little push, like a little whew. Like, you know how the wolf just blows the house down because it's made of nothing. Whew, gone. And so Are they really the anchor of the monetary system? Are they really a good foundation when they're literally telling you with something that's not even a real threat yet that the system's going to collapse? ECB staff said, our analysis shows that rising interest in stables is linked to a measurable decline in retail bank deposits and a reduction in lending to firms. This is why they want CBDC, so you can't choose where you put your money. It's stuck in their system. They noted that the effects are nonlinear and vary depending on the scale of stablecoin adoption. Why are they scared? Because my generation does not want their stupid bank deposits. And to assess the impact of the increasing stablecoin adoption on banks, the ECB highlighted a deposit substitution effect, where households and companies move funds from retail bank deposits to digital assets. And this is why they don't want Coinbase to advertise in the UK. Because they said, banks rely heavily on deposits as a stable and low-cost source of funding to support lending to households and businesses. When deposits decline, banks may be forced to rely more on wholesale or market-based funding, which is typically more expensive and less stable. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry. Does anybody see this? Is this just me? Am I darn blind? Because they're literally telling you that we take your money, we give it out to everybody else, and if you stop giving us your money, oh, then we're cooked, then we have no business. Again, at the end of the day, banks are a business. Businesses fail. And this is a high key example. This isn't like I'm putting on my tinfoil hat here and saying, oh, yeah, the banks just do whatever they want with your money. That's not a tinfoil hat moment. They're literally telling you that your deposits are how the banks are funding to support lending. Wasn't the point of the bank just to hold your money and keep it safe? No, it's twisted, it's demented, and nobody really knows what's going on. And that's why I'm so happy we have this podcast, because there is no way that people would know about this. And it's devastating. It really is devastating, especially when you try to put out information and everyone just wants degenerate information. They just want, oh, what is the next 5,000x? It's not about that. Even the video I did yesterday about Iran and their $7.8 billion crypto economy. Nobody knew about this. Nobody. And so it's kind of like you have to keep putting out this information, even when people don't want to hear it. And so that's what I'm doing. And so this is also what freaking sent me, man. This is sending me. Their paper from the ECB also argues that stablecoins can change how policy interest rates affect banking, funding, cost, and lending, with impacts varying on adoption scales, design, and regulation. They said, we find that stablecoin adoption interferes with multiple monetary policy transmission channels, potentially weakening the predictability of policy actions, meaning that they won't be able to exactly keep track of everybody. So, we can't destroy the economy on a whim because we won't know how to navigate it. Wait, hold on. Should we not have manipulation anyway? Because they're manipulating you. It's exactly what happened. They're also very, very much upset about dollar-denominated stable coins. They don't like that. They're saying it's weakening their dominance with the euro. Meanwhile, the euro's dying anyway. The dollar's dying anyway. All of it's dying. And the only thing that can help them is stable coins. And the dollar is a great example, because everyone talks about this movement of hyper-Bitcoinization, which we are seeing arguably all throughout the world, especially in Iran. So we're seeing a bunch of people go to hyper-Bitcoinization, again, using Bitcoin to store their value, transact, and hold, and be their own bank. The same could apply to the dollar. If they're smart in the US, and the Clarity Act should not pass, it should not, the way it is now, it should not pass. However, if the US puts on their big boy pants and says, you know what, we're going to promote stable coins, we're going to make sure that there could be a million issuers here, so that way we could bring liquidity to the dollar. And if we're having a trustworthy stablecoin like USDC or Tether, you're able to go ahead and anyone anywhere in the world could go on a DEX, acquire the dollar through these stablecoins, and boost the liquidity of the dollar and the dominance. If the US wants to remain a powerhouse economically and they want the dollar to be the reserve currency of the world, then we need to adapt to the times and show Europe that they're acting a fool. But you know what? We have the same same problem that Europe has, which is the fact that the banks are scared and they don't know how to handle it. And they know that they actually can't stop this movement, because that's why they don't like Tether. That's why the US does not like Tether, because they are not based here. They're going to have a US based stablecoin for sure. That's in the works. But still, it stands. It stands that the whole banking system is built on absolute eggshells, and it's built on absolute nothing. There's no foundation here. There's no foundation. Any foundation that they claim to have had is absolutely gone. Absolutely gone. And people don't like to hear it. When I did an on the street interview at that NASCAR IndyCar event, I started talking about Bitcoin to this woman. She had a whole conniption. She brought up manatees. I was like, what are you talking about, manatees? She got upset, and then she walked away, and she's like, oh, Bitcoin sounds great, but, you know, we need something that's backed by something. I said, what's the dollar backed by? She got upsetty spaghetti when I said that. She got upsetty. Maybe I'll post that interview. I just don't want to put her on blast, but she was not happy about it. She was not. Give me a second, because I just got a package. Give me a second. Eee.
Randi Hipper. I'm a Bitcoin bestie.
Just waking up from a nice dream. Bitcoin pumping on a live stream. Smile shine brighter than a high beam. Ever seen live trading on a widescreen? Bitcoin showing you the steps to own it. We got the alpha, I bet you want it. I'm having fun, send a lecture on it. Randy, put a little extra on it.
It's mutable and decentralized, no censorship or hard cap supply. It's open source and we classify the blockchain secure, and that's exactly why. It's hard money with a new plan. It bounced a lot like this new jam.
Sorry. Woo! Pressing buttons. Sorry, I hope that wasn't too long. Okay. Did I lose everyone? Did you leave me? I hope nobody left me. Don't leave me. Okay. Please smash the like, guys. I'm not sure what's going on with the U of the tubes today, but please smash the like and give us some love. I don't know if maybe I should maybe start the show later. I don't know what the vibe is lately, but I definitely want people to keep coming and hanging out with us. Let's keep going. We're gonna go into Japan, because the Japan Prime Minister got so upset over a meme coin, and I just thought this was entertaining, so I had to show it to you. Japan's Economic Security Minister, Sanae Takaichi, said she has absolutely no knowledge of a Solana-based meme coin bearing her name after that token briefly surged to a market cap of around $30 million. This is so freaking funny, dude. We gotta go to the actual tweet. We're not playing games. Let's go to the actual tweet. This is obviously translated, but it says, I have heard that a cryptocurrency called Sanae token has been issued and is being traded to some extent. Due to the name, it seems there are various misunderstandings, but regarding the token, I have absolutely no knowledge of it, nor has my office been informed about what this token entails. We have not given any approval whatsoever in the matter. I'm making this statement to ensure that the public does not labor under any misapprehensions. And you know what? She handled that well. Or he. No, sorry. She handled it well. And I just thought this was really funny. And it gives me like Libra vibes. If you guys remember, the president of Argentina, Javier Milei, when he first got into office, he got elected, they put out this Libra token. It was like a meme token for Javier. It imploded real fast. Like, liquidity was pulled. Because apparently Javier was like, hey, look at this. Look at my token. So cool. So dope. And then quickly the liquidity got pulled. He deleted his tweets. He's like, I actually don't have anything to do with it. But at least this Japanese prime minister, she was like, you know what? I didn't start it. I got nothing to do with it from the jump. And you know what? Respect on her name for that one. But be careful, especially, I just wanted to issue a warning with this one as well. Just please be careful when you see meme tokens, especially if they're tied to someone that is in politics. As we've seen, it has not worked out well, I think, any of the time that a politician or celebrity has launched a meme coin. And she didn't even launch this one. Yes, scammies, Ian, scammies. Speaking of scammy, there was a scam token case against Uniswap that ultimately got dismissed by a judge in New York City. And I gotta say, that's surprising to me because New York is very about laying the hammer down. A federal judge has dismissed a proposed class action lawsuit against Uniswap Labs CEO Hayden Adams and several VC backers, ruling they cannot be held liable for alleged rug pull tokens traded on the DEX's protocol, which again is so blatantly obvious. This is a waste of taxpayer dollars of a court case. And in a ruling issued on Monday, the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York, Judge Catherine Polk-Fila threw out the remaining state law claims in Risley versus Universal Navigation, Inc., the Brooklyn-based firm that operates Uniswap, after previously dismissing the plaintiff's federal securities claims. The decision was effectively ending the case at the district court level. Now, the ruling is one of the first to specifically address whether devs or investors behind decentralized protocols can be held liable under existing securities and state laws for tokens created by third parties. This is like so common sense, but it was written here. Due to the protocol's decentralized nature, the identities of the scam token issuers are basically unknown and unknowable, leaving plaintiffs with an identifiable injury but no identifiable defendant. She added, undaunted, they now sue the Uniswap defendants and the VC defendants, hoping that this court might overlook the fact that the current state of the crypto regulation leaves them without recourse, at least as to the specific claims alleged in this lawsuit. And so this is just, even, you know what? Let's include this quote too. Randi Hipper, a UAE-based crypto lawyer, said the dismissal signals that courts are beginning to engage more seriously with the realities of decentralization. It also goes back to Tornado Cash. It goes back to Samurai Wallet. Uniswap, great example. Again, this is just a technology that people put out there and other people use, and it doesn't matter how they use it because the people that created it have nothing to do with it. They don't. And this is why you do your own research. You're going to go on Uniswap, read the smart contracts, go do your deep dives. Use AI. Darn it, guys. We have AI. You can literally just discover anything. You can have them evaluate the code behind anything at this point, especially if it's on GitHub. Just put it in AI. Ridiculous. And so, again, it goes to show that the realities are coming to light, that decentralized protocols are not something that anybody can stop, and the creator should not be held liable. Duh. Like, why is this like a mind-blowing thing right now? I don't get it. But I do actually love that this is something that was acknowledged here. Exactly, Ian said, I would argue most don't know how to read a smart contract. This is why AI is going to take over the world. You might as well use it. Like, it's just absolutely ridiculous to me. Like, it is so crazy. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm the problem. I'm the problem. Am I the problem? Wonder yes emoji, two or no emoji. Maybe I'm just absolutely delusional. Delulu. But you know who's really delusional? In the top state of delusion, it's Senator Liz Warren. My heart just shatters in a million pieces whenever I have to say her name. She really gets me going. Put fire emoji, Liz Warren emojis. So she's a very pro CBDC. She actually was paid by the American Bankers Association to go ahead and essentially create anti-self-custody legislation, meaning she doesn't want you to have crypto in your own wallet. And that would carry over to your physical wallet in your physical pocket, meaning that they can't see everything you're doing. And she doesn't want that. She doesn't want the mystery. She wants to know what you're doing, but you can't know the insider trading that she's doing. Am I right? Exactly. You guys get it. And so there's a lot of hot takes here. But I'm sure she has her hot takes about how the U.S. Senate housing bill is trying to include a CBDC ban. But I have some issues here. We're going to dive into that. Sorry, hold on. Boop. The Senate Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Development included a provision temporarily barring the Fed Reserve from issuing a CBDC in its bipartisan bill to boost housing in the U.S. The 21st Century Road to Housing Act, introduced Monday by Committee Chairman Tim Scott and Ranking Member Elizabeth Warren, respectively, to the top Republican Dems on the committee, aiming to make it easier to build houses in the U.S., not that she cares about that, But Tim Scott said, not only is this bill about cutting regulatory red tape, lowering costs, and expanding housing supply while generating no new spending, but it's about making sure that people like the single mom who raised me in North Charleston, South Carolina, can have even greater access to economic opportunity in the American dream of home ownership. Warren said in her own statement, the package includes the vast majority. Sorry, I can't. I just really freaking dislike this woman. Sorry, I'll be regular. The package includes that the vast majority of the Senate's unanimously supported Road to Housing Act incorporates bipartisan housing ideas from the House. It takes a good first step to rein in corporate landlords that are squeezing families out of home ownership. But neither of them mentioned the CBDC ban, which occupies just 2 pages in this 303-page bill. Lawmakers have included the ban in previous bills, and the House of Reps passed it as a standalone bill last year, but it has not made it all the way through Congress. And so the section reads, except as provided in subsection C, the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System or a Federal Reserve Bank may not issue or create a central bank digital currency or any digital asset that is substantially similar to a central bank digital currency directly or indirectly through a financial institution or intermediary. And they had a sunset provision for December 31st of 2030 and carved out an exception for permissionless private dollar-denominated currencies that fully preserve the privacy protections of physical currencies. Now, I don't freaking like this. This is so freaking smoke and mirrors, bro. This is so smoke and mirrors. So you have a bill. Sorry, I gotta sit back for a second. I gotta freaking sit back. So we have let's get real here. So we have a bill that is about housing, but you're throwing in a CBDC provision in there when it has nothing to do. This is what I don't get about our government. It's like, oh, we're going to have this bill, but let's just throw in something that has nothing to do with it. And only put a provision up until 2030, which means that they have a timeline, and this is what I've been telling you, and people think I'm so freaking tinfoil hat for this, but it's so blatant in front of your face that if you go ahead and take a gander at what Europe is doing, and this is where I started my tangent on this, they were gonna release the digital euro this year. It was gonna be done. Why didn't they do it? Why is it all of a sudden being held back and it's in the shadows right now? It's because Donnie T took office, and one of the first things he did last year was say, hey, yo, in the EO, we're not going to have CBDCs in this country. Though, again, the CBDC Anti-Surveillance State Act that was reintroduced again by Tom Emmer did not make it all the way through Congress, as we have noted. Why is that? That's a shame, because we want to protect Americans, don't we? Don't we? Our inalienable human rights as to have life, liberty, and property, does that not exist anymore? I don't know. And so you look at this timeline of 2030. Oh, well, that's when Donnie T is going to be out of office by then. So what they're planning here, and what the Dems and all these shady freaking people threw in here, is that they're waiting for this current administration to end. So that way, if they have another radical individual that comes in after Donnie T that's so far to the other side, or whatever side, I think both of the sides are freaking radical. I'm not on either. However, they're going ahead and telling you, okay, we got to wait till this admin's over because it's obviously not going to fly right now. So we'll put this date, this little expiration date, so when we have another new president in there that supports central bank digital currencies, we'll go and enact it with him. So why are we just putting a Band-Aid over this whole freaking wound? That's like my whole arm being cut open and just putting a Band-Aid and be like, LOL, it's going to be fine. No, it's not. Outlaw CBDCs right now. Why in the world are we waiting on this? Why? It's so much of a shame, because they're telling you that it has to be something that's giving you the same rights as cash. Well, we already have that. It's Bitcoin, Litecoin. We don't need the CBDC. We have stablecoins. So why don't we just straight up outlaw CBDCs if that's what everyone wants to do? Clearly they don't. They have a mission. And what's the mission? The whole Mark of the Beast mission is by 2030, you will own nothing and be happy about it. That's not the reality. Like, it should not be the reality, but it's the reality they're creating for you. And this is proof. I really hope people are locked in right now, because there's no way that we should be okay with this. No way. And it's like, it makes me want to rage against the machine more than I do every single day. It's just absolutely infuriating that no one's standing up and saying this is absolutely unacceptable. And again, these are public servants that are supposed to serve the people. But it's so clear that we're not their priorities. What's their priority? Money. And money coming from where? The bankers. It's so blatantly obvious. The Clarity Act is smoke and mirrors. It's not clear whatsoever. Yet, what are they doing? They're still trying to pass it just to get a signature on a paper. Well, if whatever's on the paper isn't suitable for the industry that you're trying to regulate, then why are you doing it? Especially because it's turning into a banker bill to protect them. When even they're telling you straight up, even right here, banks rely heavily on deposits as a low-cost source of funding to support lending to households and businesses, which means that the banking system is not real. They're taking your money, giving it to everyone else, and it's all wishy-washy. And on top of that, you have DOGE, literally Elon saying that there were 14 magic money computers on Capitol Hill that you could go and just print money, send to God knows who, God knows where. And you have the Pentagon that always fails audits. Oh, but no, you want to watch what I'm doing and you're not going to outlaw CBDCs. Get out of here, bro. Like, that is so infuriating. It's not even funny. And I really hope that people knock some sense into these elderlies, because you know what? That's the problem, is that majority of these people in Congress, in the Senate, who wear freaking ever, they are old. Sorry about it, but they're old and they don't know what's going on. And so why do we have people that have never touched this technology regulating it? Have they ever opened a Bitcoin wallet and used it? Have they ever been to a Bitcoin mining facility? Have they ever went on Uniswap and did a swap on there? Basic question, right? I guarantee you they've never done it. But the reason why they have an opinion is because they're paid to have an opinion. That's how Washington works. That's how the lawmaking works. You pay your way to the top. You pay your way to have these people push your bill. And they push your bill because you paid them to push it. And that is so, so wild to me. That is so wild to me. And the fact that Liz Warren gets to have an opinion when she's one of the biggest insider traders, I think that's mind-blowing too. Never mind Nancy Pelosi. Oh yeah, we're going to investigate Nancy Pelosi. When? I haven't seen it. I'm lit today. Sorry, I'm lit. Let's get into something different here, because I can't talk about CBDCs. I get upset because I really just care about every single person in this universe. Like, I don't care right, left, your religion, your socioeconomic status, like your gender. Like, I don't care what you are. What you could be freaking purple, bro, but you are entitled to inalienable human rights in the US or otherwise. And it's a global move to take it away from you. And what is the only thing that we can do to protect ourselves? It's Bitcoin. It's the only thing. Besides Litecoin, it's the only thing we could use to protect ourselves. Something that no one can take, no one can inflate, and no one can manipulate. Thank God we have Bitcoin. Because I'm opting out. I'm so sick of the shenanigans. I'm so sick of it. So sick of it. Anyway, we gotta talk about something else. Let's go into prediction markets, because we're having mad problems with prediction markets. Meanwhile, as Kalshi and Polymarket are getting slammed in Nevada, even though the CFTC is supposed to be overlooking all these prediction markets, Nevada has this little issue with it. And then you have the NASDAQ, which we're going to get into in a moment, that also wants to do prediction markets. So it's like, how does the NASDAQ get to come in while all these lawsuits are going on? Interesting. More like they're using Kalshi and Polymarket to lay the foundation for the big boys to come in and make the money that they're going to probably steal from Kalshi and Polymarket. Seems blatantly obvious to me. But here's part one of our two-part prediction market. Now, 2 federal court filings have increased the risk that Nevada regulators may seek to halt prediction market trading in the state after a judge sent a dispute involving Polymarket's parent company, Blockratize, and Kalshi back to state court in 2 separate filings. A federal judge rejected arguments that the CFTC fully preempts state gaming laws for prediction markets. The judge found that the CEA, the Commodity Exchange Act, savings clause does not completely displace state authority and that the companies had not shown a basis to block Nevada's action at the stage. This means that the Nevada Gaming Control Board can continue pursuing their civil enforcement case in state court, where they could seek an injunction restricting Nevada residents from accessing event contracts offered by Polymarket or Kalshi. In respect to the ruling, we had the Polymarket parent company, Blockratise, submit a motion to request a brief administrative stay of the court's remand order. And so this is a legal request seeking to freeze a court ruling or enforcement action seen as a short-term emergency measure. Now, we also had 2025's battle with Kalshi and Nevada, and on Tuesday, a federal judge also remanded Nevada's civil enforcement action against Kalshi back to the state court, exposing Kalshi to an imminent temporary restraining order, barring it from offering event contracts in the state, according to a court filing seen by sports betting and gaming-focused lawyer Daniel Walsh. Now, the post, he said, Daniel, says the ruling could embolden the other states to sue Kalshi in state court and see injunctions to block event contracts, a strategy that has so far succeeded in every case brought. So this is why I say everything is theater, because this is blatantly theater. They want to throw you off. Oh my gosh, there's no prediction markets. Everyone's just going to cry a river. Meanwhile, NASDAQ is trying to have their own prediction market style options for the NASDAQ 100. This is mind-blowing to me. Mind-blowing. One of NASDAQ's options exchanges, NASDAQ MRX, has filed to offer cash-settled binary-style contracts on the NASDAQ 100 index, adding to a wave of Wall Street firms testing their prediction market waters. NASDAQ, again, the firm behind the second largest stock exchange by market cap, is looking to offer outcome-related options for yes or no bets placed between a cent and $1. And the offering will allow traders to seek binary options or positions, on events linked to the NASDAQ 100 and their micro indexes, not on outcomes related to other events like sports, culture, or politics. So now you could bet on Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Meta, and Tesla. The SEC approval could see it enter a booming market alongside the likes of Polymarket and Kalshi. And it seems as though, again, the big guys get to come in after they try to destroy the little guys. Because if this is why it's theater. Because if you have Kalshi and Nevada, Kalshi and Polymarket battling Nevada, and Nevada starts this whole trend of other states attacking prediction markets, then they try to essentially wipe out their business and their money flow, right? So like these people got to pay lawyers, and then, now that we're banned in this state, we can't operate here, therefore we're losing money. The business becomes less profitable, meaning that their strength weakens. That's why you have the NASDAQ coming in. So when they wipe out all these players that are real companies, the NASDAQ gets to come in and play ball and win, because then they'll get all the money when the other liquidity from the other companies got wiped out. Don't you see what's happening here? Am I the only one that sees it? Is that wild of me? I don't know. Tell me in the chat right now. Right freaking now. Am I crazy? Is that a wild thing to even think about? Wipe out Kalshi and Polymarket, take away their liquidity, take away their funds, wipe out their business so NASDAQ could come in and play games and play ball. And even though it's going to be stock-based and not event-based, they're trying to wipe out the event-based stuff because they're like, how can we redirect the attention and liquidity back to the stock market? It's by trying to ban everyone else so the big boys win. It's so obvious to me. It is so obvious. It's a major play from up above, the elites that are playing with us. And that's it. And that is absolutely it. So wild. I don't know. It's wild to me. Anyway, we're going to get into coins to watch because your girl has a meeting in 20 minutes that we got to get to. Gainers and losers, we have Near up 4.6%, XDC up 4%, Mantle up 2.9%, and Chili's up 1.9%, and Leo up 1.6%. Losers are Pippin down about 19%. Av is down 10.6% today. Memecore is down 9.64%. Lit is not so lit. We're down 9%. And Pump.Fun seems a little lame today, down 9%. We're below that $2,000 Ethereum, unfortunately, $1,954, down 3.5%. Keep calm, huddle on. We're looking at this level of 1840 to stay above. Litecoin is beautiful, $53. We're down 1%. Again, same thing remains here. We are completely ranging. And it seems like that green dot really didn't play out as strong as we wanted it to, but everything is going to be okay. But yeah, how are we feeling, guys? Are we okay? Did I go off on too many tangents today? I feel like I might have. That's my bad. But I appreciate every single one of you guys nonetheless. Okay, yeah, so we have a lot of stuff going on, guys, and excuse me, sorry. I don't know if you guys heard that. Blue, my bad. Can we trade with my AI agent in the future? I don't have an AI agent, my friends. Randy holding my hand and saying everything will be okay. It really is going to be okay. And this is like, again, this is mental capitulation. This is everyone, all these headlines are trying to play with your psyche, wipe you out, just so they could buy your cheap Bitcoin. They want to buy your cheap Bitcoin. They want you to panic and say, wow, this is going lower. Wow, crypto's never come back. We didn't have this massive bull run that everyone thought we were going to have. Stop it. Stop. It's noise. It is literally noise. And you know what? I'm getting raided by bots in some of my comment sections. They're saying, oh, Bitcoin is this, Bitcoin is that, Bitcoin is not associated with good people. It's a lie. Stop believing propaganda. All of it's propaganda. You know why they don't like spirituality when it relates to you know who? Him? They don't like it because it's something that impacts you and shapes your mind to say, you know what, maybe we should rethink the way people operate. Maybe we should be better people. They don't like that. That's why they throw in spiritual warfare. Why don't they want us to have Bitcoin? Because it wakes you up. When I learned about Bitcoin, I realized, oh wow, the system we have right now is so fake and so fragile that if people really knew, they wouldn't take part in it. And when Donnie T was running for president, Nayib Bukele went to some like a Republican whatever, this event, and he was like, if people realized that they're paying taxes for no reason, because essentially you could just print more money, then why would they pay taxes? And then the whole system falls apart. Yes. And then literally in this article with the European Central Bank, they're straight up telling you that your bank deposits are a low-cost funding strategy for them to lend out money to businesses and individuals. They straight up told you that. Bank of America's CEO losing his mind because he's like, oh no, if everyone has money in their stable coins and they're earning yield somewhere that's not the banks that outpace inflation, oh my gosh, our business is going to collapse. Banks are a business. Businesses fail. And over time, it has been proved time and time again that the banks do fail. Fiat currency is designed to fail because there is no rhyme or reason as to why it exists. The dollar is backed by nothing. There is no reason for fiat's creation. And that's why they want to box you into a central bank digital currency, because then you can't get out of the system that they have literally trapped you in. This is why Bitcoin, peer-to-peer, 24/7, no censorship, no intermediary, something you actually own that can't be taken from you. And when you realize the power that you have as an individual with Bitcoin, you don't want to go back to the way you were living before. That's the same thing when you have a spiritual awakening. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't go back to the way I was living. Because when you try to revisit that old life, it doesn't hit the same. It doesn't hit the same. And then you're almost forced to make that change because you're awake now. You're not woke, you're awake to what's really happening. And you know that you ultimately don't even have a choice. You have to make the change now. So don't be scared. Don't let the pressure make you fold. Stand strong. Know that the power is with us because we are the 99% battling the 1%. Not even the 1%, it's the 0.01%, I would argue, that we're battling. We are the real winners. Don't let them make you think otherwise. All they have to stand on is money that they created as an illusion to control people. It's not the reality anymore. That's why they shake in their boots. So stay strong, guys. Everything that they put on you is propaganda. It's gonna be okay. I absolutely freaking promise you it's gonna be okay. I promise you. The noise right now is just noise. You're stronger than that. I'm so confident that you're stronger than that. Keep calm. Huddle on. Know what the mission is. This is the most peaceful revolution in history that does not require weapons. Just your peace and your state of mind and you saying, I'm going to trade this currency that is literally destroying the world and get a currency that is actively saving people everywhere. And that's not an exaggeration. It's the truth. So stick with facts, not propaganda, not lies. Don't trust, verify. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I got to wrap this up. I appreciate every single one of you guys. You guys are blessings to this world, and I just appreciate you more than you really understand. So thank you for supporting the show, even when the sentiment isn't at the high. But through the highs and the lows, even the Daily Zest, this podcast was created at the lows in 2022. Bitcoin was $15,000. Everyone thought we were done. We're not done. We came back strong, and we're still going to come back even stronger. So keep calm, huddle on, stay blessed. Do something good for someone today. Do only good every day. Doge. Thank you. I appreciate you. Smash a like, subscribe, share this out with friends, and I will see you tomorrow. And as always, stay zesty. Mwah. Bye.